Welcome everyone to another masterclass here. We are in Idea Incubator season. We are in the season when ideas be dropping in, okay? This happens every spring, and every spring I love to give out a masterclass on what are all these ideas I have? Why am I so stuck? Why can't I ever make things happen? Why does this happen to me? What are the loops? What are the patterns? I get all these amazing ideas, and you're getting these ideas because most people on this class are in the Northern Hemisphere. It's spring. The earth is warming up. We're all planting seeds, right? Those seeds are taking root. The ideas are dropping in. The ideas are the seeds, right? So they're dropping in. We're working with seed. We're putting them into fertile soil. That seed grows or it doesn't, right? And later on in the year, later on in the summer and fall, we get to reap its harvest. This is a very organic and natural time of year to get good ideas, for ideas to drop in. I'm going to just jump into this masterclass, okay? We're just going to go. These ideas are not yours. I know people get triggered when I say this. They're not yours. They have come to you. They want to come through you. Ideas have their own energy signature. Ideas have their own template for wanting to be made on the planet. They have their own energy force. They have their own life force. The ideas that come to you and want to come through you to be made and born on the planet are usually answers or solutions to the needs and the prayers of people on the planet. Okay? And they are looking for a perfect match, a vibrational match for the right humans on the planet who will actually make them, who will actually bring them to life. So this is how I really like to kick off this whole season and let people know the ideas are not yours. They didn't come from you. They didn't come from your brain. They live in the etheric realm, the mental realm, let's say. Some could even say the dream state. If you're a religious person or a spiritual person, they're coming from source. They're coming from God. They're coming from the creator and whatever you call it, right? They're coming from this omnipresence field, right? Where we receive the idea. And I really believe in my sole purposes here is to remind you that you are a bridge between heaven and earth. I think I added a D in heaven. I did a very Rhode Island thing there. I said heaven, heaven and earth. We are bridges between the divine realms and the earthly realms. This is divine work. This is beautiful work. This is powerful work. So I just want to kick that off. All right. This masterclass does have a name and a subtitle, but I'm fasting right now. So my channel has been open and cleared out, and it will continue to be. My intuition has sharpened so much in the last 2 days. It's wild. And it's the springtime. So if you needed a reminder to do a little cleanse here and there, here it is for you. So today we're here to talk about how to unstuck yourself. The real reason your ideas aren't working and what to actually do about it. I will say, listen, I think there's a few books called this from different people, and there was a few podcasts called this from different people. So I felt comfortable using this name because it looked like there were so many other people using this phrase, how to unstuck yourself, because it really is just a spoof on how to unfuck yourself, right? And there are books called that too. But so the name is not mine, it's not original, but it is literally the point of this call and this class and what we're going to talk about. So I don't think you're here by accident, not at all. I don't think you're here because you need more strategy. I think you're here because something isn't clicking, something isn't working. It's frustrating. And on paper, you may feel like I should be further along. You're someone who has ideas, a lot of them, they're coming to you, they want to come through you. You've got good ones, you've got aligned ones, the kind of ideas where you can feel it, like you just feel it drop in. You're like, this could actually be something. And for a moment, you're in it. You're planning it. You're thinking about it. You may even start it. And then you stall. You overthink. You second guess. You get overwhelmed. Or another idea comes in And suddenly that one feels more exciting, more aligned, more it. Now you're over there. Where are my manifesting generators at? That's a manifesting generator. And if we're being honest here, you've done this more than once. Feel free to comment in here if you're like, oh my God, this is me. Are you the person who has notebooks filled with ideas, notes on your phones, note apps filled with ideas? Does anyone else text themselves? I text myself all the time because I'm like, I gotta get this off in my head and send it to me or I'll totally forget. How many of you have half-started things? Half-started projects, half-started ideas, almost launched things, right? Things that could have worked, but didn't. Not because they weren't good, but because something happened in the process. And that's the part no one's talking about. There's actually a process to this. There's an organic process to this, right? Most people will look at you and say, or think, whatever, you just need to be more consistent. You just need to be more focused. You just need better strategy, right? And I'm going to say things that might land a little differently. That's not the problem. It's not. You're not stuck because you don't know what to do. You're stuck because you're solving the wrong problem. You haven't been taught this organic, natural process of bringing something to life on the planet. So here's what I started noticing after working with hundreds of people. I have very much a mad scientist energy. I'm 5'1" in human design. I'm a Capricorn. I'm very much like, let's solve problems. But to do that, a scientist knows like we've now got to study the problem, which means we need to experiment. We need data. We need research, I just love it. And I've coached hundreds of people over the years. I've been part of coaching in stages and other companies and business consulting, like all across the board. So I've heard a lot of people's good ideas. Okay. People don't fail at their ideas because they don't have the right strategy. They fail because something happens between the idea and the execution. Between the idea and the execution. And I'm going up high for anyone listening on the podcast later and low, right? Something shifts, something distorts, something gets lost, and no one is trained to see it. You don't know where it fell off. You don't know where it lost steam. You don't know what happened. So they just keep trying harder and learning more, buying more things, starting over. All that stuff is fun too. Listen, I love doing everything I just said. Give me another coach, give me another book, sign me up for this. I want to learn this. Like, oh, I get stuck in that trap too. It's not a trap, but it can be. And without realizing you're not missing information, you're missing the diagnosis. So here's the core truth I want to introduce to you today. Every idea gets distorted as it moves from soul to human to reality. I'll say it again. Every idea gets distorted as it moves from soul, so like the spiritual self, coming in from your soul or the soul of the idea, okay? The spirit of the idea. I like to also say the spirit of your business, the spirit of the creation. So from soul to human to reality. I call this the Idea Distortion Principle, all right? Your ideas don't just come in clean, right? They come in clean, but the minute, and clean, I want to say more like clear. They come in clear. But the minute they start their journey of descent onto the planet, into the more denser material realms, it gets a little fluffy, dirty, confused. I'm just using little words here that will really be like descriptive for you. It gets a little chalky, it gets a little distorted, and figure out what word works best for you. It comes in powerful, yes, but the moment it hits your human system, all those words I was using, this is what it actually is hitting, okay? Your fears, your patterns, your conditioning, your past experiences. It starts to shift how you see it, how you hold it, and what you do with it. And if you don't know how to recognize where that distortion is happening, you will abandon the idea at the exact stage it needs you the most. All right? So I want to shift this conversation towards the 9 reasons your ideas aren't working. I've got literally 9 points here. I don't want to spend too much time on them, but we'll go through them together. And I want you to pay attention on which of these points do you feel the most stuck. But I will also teach you by the end of this call. At the end of it, I'll give you what I use as the manifestation current and the way to actually work with ideas so that you can leave this call and go off into your life and go off into your world, working with the ideas that are maybe sitting in a notebook that need to come forward, or they're sitting in the back of the head. You've shoved it, to the back of the stove. What am I saying? What's the saying there? I totally can't think of it right now. Right? The pushing back that we do, right? Back burner. Oh, thank you. My goodness. So, you've pushed it to the back of the stove, lol, to the back burner. You've shelved it. There is a way to do that. I teach you in part 1 of the Idea Incubator. There is a way to do that. There is a way to put it on the shelf and commit to it and make a prayer and a promise to the idea that you are the best fit for it and you will come back. But most people don't know how to do that. And most people aren't doing that. So that's in the Idea Incubator, right? So let's go into these reasons. So what I want to walk you through now are the 9 places where I see people get stuck, not the strategy, not the steps, the stuck points. And I want you to listen differently here. Not like, how do I fix this? What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with the human, right? The human in its natural state is made in the image of God, is made in the image of divinity. There's nothing wrong with us. There's a lot of distortion, all right, between the divine realms and the earth realms. And I'll just say here now, because it is spring of 2026, and you are looking around the world at how fucking crazy it's getting, the distortion is picking up. It's getting worse. It's getting more intense. So there will be a increasingly, almost like an emergency level of connecting with source, connecting with God deeper and deeper so that your channel can stay clear. And if you don't like the G word, if you don't like God, call it what you want. Divine light, creator, source, universe, the great spirit, like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to call it. But what we're being called to is working more directly with our source energy, with God's source energy, so that we're not dealing with infiltration and distortion like we are. And why am I saying that to you guys? Because the energy that doesn't want us connecting with our divinity and coming together, united on the planet to create the world we want to live in, right? There are energies that don't want us coming to that realization. There are energies that don't want us finding our source energy. They'll lose their source, which is us. There are energies that are feeding off our fear, off our confusion, off our depression. Okay? And I'm going to keep talking more and more about this. And if it sounds like a sermon, great, because we need to be reminded. Light workers, spiritual people, religious people are at the forefront of this right now. And we need to band together and connect with source and clear our energies, because that is who these energies are attacking first, attacking most right now. Those of us that have remembered we have this beautiful, pure source connection on the planet. We are divine beings. I'm going back to my bridge. We are bridges between heaven and earth. There are many people on the planet who are living this out, who are working this out right now, who are embodying this now. We are under attack, and I don't want you to feel scared about that. But the energies that rule this world and the systems that are here right now don't want us remembering our divinity, don't want us remembering our light. So either you're being attacked on a mental loop, or maybe it's a feeling of like not being good enough. That's not God. That's not your divine self, right? That's not the organic way to live on planet Earth. The organic, natural way to live on planet Earth is evolution. It's growth. It's expansion. Go sit down with Mother Earth and have her explain that to you. Or just go turn on any National Geographic, any documentary in the world, and it will explain that, right? So if we are not in a growth, if we are not bringing things to life, which is why we're here in this course, I'm looping back around now. This is not your organic state. This is not a natural state, and we need to look at where we're stuck. And I can help you diagnose it, and I can help you get clear on where exactly you're getting stuck in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your belly, in your thighs, in your guts, right? But before we do that, because that's really what I do in the Idea Incubator right now, and that's a 9-part series. That's a 9-part course I have. My dog just sighed. She's like, let's go. Let's go, Mom. You're on a tangent. So let me pull myself back. Let's hop in. Let's go through these 9 ideas. Okay, let me take a little sip break. Let's see if you can see Betty Lou. She's been outside for a while in the sun. Look at her. Cutie patootie little baked potato. The baked potato need a little nap. Oh, when a dog sighs, isn't that the best feeling ever? Like, so content, so happy to be here. If you also want to get clear about the organic process of living on life, get near an animal. Get near an animal, right? Kathleen's, yeah, sent some happy faces, right? Like, learn from nature, right? About how, or a children, right? That are just in like that present space and the state they're in, they're just open before all life happens and it gets all fucking crazy up in here. Okay, number 1. Here's a big block. You have too many ideas. You don't know which one to choose. This just had to be first, okay? This just had to be first. This is where most people think they have, okay. There's back and forth on this. Having ideas is great. Having a lot of ideas is great. It doesn't really feel like a gift. For anyone, like if you have a lot of ideas, like some people think it's a gift. It can kind of be a curse. You know what I mean? Where you're getting ideas. In human design, I have these top 3 channels open. It's literally like my mind, my ajna, my throat, it's all open. But look at the work I do. I help people with their ideas. So I am very open and I help people receive their ideas. My openness helps people open up their mind, open up their mind, open up their vision, open up vocally being able to talk about their ideas. It's perfect for my profession. If any one of you want me to look at your human design charts in a private or when we're on a coaching call, just remind me about what's open, right? And what's defined. But mine's open. This works perfect for my profession. I'm an idea queen, but this felt like a curse for a long time. Like, for example, I had to get clear on like what was my idea and what was someone else's. That took me a long time. You guys may have this too. You may be someone that people come to for ideas and you're an open channel and you're just getting ideas, or you're really connected with source. You're really connected with God. You're connected with the divine realms and ideas are just dropping in because you're open. So what I got really good at was getting clear on like what's mine, what's someone else's, what's mine, what's someone else's. Beautiful, because the guy now I can be in session with someone and be like, no, that's from your spirit. That's not mine. You have that. I have nothing. I'm not attached to this at all. Just it's yours. Go. Right. And then my clients are like, oh, this was my idea that wasn't making it through coming to me. It came through my coach. She gave it to me on this beautiful sacred exchange we have here, and off they go. Right. So you may be one of the people. You just may be an open person in general, and you're getting a lot of ideas, but nothing's happening. Nothing's moving through. What actually happens is this: you get one good idea and it feels good, aligned, exciting. This could be it. But then another idea comes in, and then that one feels as good or just better or more clear or more right. So now you're comparing. Should I do this one or this one? Which one is the best one? Which one will work faster? Which one will make the most money? Which one is the right move? Who's been here, like in this blender of bullshit? And instead of choosing, you stay in the loop, thinking, weighing, circling, or you start one, but the second one, it gets hard. You go, your brain goes, wait, maybe it was the other idea. So you jump, and now you're back at the beginning. I know this is probably, it feels like I'm attacking the manifesting generators in here because they're really good at bouncing from thing to thing to thing to thing. They can just manifest things and see them and then go from this as people are like, wait, can't you stick to one thing? And I love them. I love working with the manifesting generator. My son is one. So I really love to work with you guys, and I'll also tell you guys, you are here to jump. You're here to make leaps and bounds that not everyone can follow you to, okay? So you need to go do it. But let's stick with this and keep going with these ideas that you have, because even as a Manny Gen, whatever your design is, it can still feel overwhelming and you can still get caught in the shit of it, okay? So this isn't an idea problem. This is a selection and commitment problem. No one has ever taught you how to choose the idea, how to stay with it once you do, and how to stop looking over your shoulder at every other option. You stay in motion, but never in momentum, right? So what I teach you to do in the idea incubator, I'll just give you like a synopsis of this, but in the idea incubator is to get really clear about the top ones that circle you. For example, I'll just give you some questions right now. You can write them down and think about it later in the shower, on your walk, whatever. What are the ideas that came to you this year? Answer that. What are the ideas that keep coming to you over the years? Answer that. What are the ideas that have kind of been with you for a while? Maybe they've been coming to you and working with you for like a decade. They're trying to communicate to you. They're trying to talk to you. They're trying to tell you something. Answer those 3 questions and come back to me with it. You can come in and talk at the end of the class if you want, or you can just email me later. But answer those questions. What ideas are coming this year? And I say this year, this is a new question because there's some shit going down on the planet. Kim said, think tank. Yes, Kim. Yes, that's one that's been coming to you and coming to you and coming. Yeah, let me see what she's saying. That's my idea from like 10 years ago. It is so needed, and you're a projector. That's exactly what a projector needs to do. Gather all the crazies like me, all the generators in a room, all the manifesting generators. We're 70% of the human population. So she said, haha. And we're like, vroom, 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 vroom. And the projector goes like, slices through the bullshit. It's like, yep, nope, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And you feed off it because you're like, give it to me. Get that. We charge you up. And then you're like, but I actually have the experience and I know what to do. And if I don't know, I'm going to learn right now. I'm going to go find it out. I'm going to figure it out. And think people will probably just come to you, Kim, and be like, can I tell you about my idea? Can I tell you about this thing? You're like, oh my God. So yeah, think tank. Thank you for, that's a perfect example. Perfect example. So she's got this thing that's been coming to her. And, you know, like think tanks aren't like the most random out of left field thing. People have started businesses around this. Absolutely, right? So this is a perfect example of like Kim's not the only human on, you know, this continent who's getting that idea. It's coming to the people on the planet that will like do something with it. And like she's part of a lot of community events, networking events, and she's a coach and she works with like, you know, she's like in it anyway, you know, she's in this realm, but it sounds like she's going to want to make something maybe more concrete, more collective, more established, and really bring it down and in. I think I answered enough about that, being like, that's a good example of like a collective idea that's looking for the right people in the right environments. And she's the right person, aligned with her design as well, aligned with the energy and the frequency she has that attracts certain people. And imagine if she's down in Florida too. I mean, they do these amazing events. You guys got to see like what these communities are doing down there. And like the events and the entrepreneur things and the small business, this and that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I love seeing these communities. Honestly, Kim, I should just come down and like come to one of the events with you guys. Come to Sarasota, she says, for real. It's so great. Um, I got lost in my thoughts because I'm like, you know what? If it was agrees all the time here, maybe we would do this now. Maybe we would be happy. I'm just kidding. No, we want to take these events on a tour. I love that for you. And then we could host them in every city. Yo, yes. What's the name of it called again? What's the name of that one that your girlfriend does? And like business blend, yes, and then train other entrepreneurs how to come together. That is a brilliant freaking idea. And I know you're working with another girl on that too. Another one who's like, what do I do? Where do I go? Right? And you're like, this is what we need to do. This is what we do. Hmm. Okay. So thank you for being such a great demonstration right here of what this looks like and how that is. So answer those few questions there. And if you're really curious in the idea incubator, it is the first thing we do once we get past the introduction. Step one is the decide. It's like I don't want to say that step one is deciding. That might come a little bit later, but it's like getting clear about all the ideas, and you essentially through the first few steps of the process in the idea incubator is you committing and deciding and aligning with the idea. And I give you a whole process on how to do that. But as you can see, I've got a lot to say right now, and I can't get that all out. Please just come join the idea incubator if you want that. She said, happy to help. Okay, two, you're trying to make sense of it too soon. This is a trap. This is a trap. You're trying to map it, structure it, package it, price it right before it's fully formed. Who gets stuck here? And in doing that, you collapse the idea before it even has a chance to breathe, right? So I teach you in the idea incubator how to start bringing it through the manifestation current, through your crown chakra, through into like, so the crown chakra is the opening portal of receiving it. Then you bring it into the next energy center, which is your third eye and your visioning, and you get to sit with it and just think about what it could be and what it could expand to and how it could help and the impact on it, right? Before you bring it down into the throat and start speaking it into life. I talk about vibration and frequency in that call. So I really teach you how to bring it down and through you. But for some people, they're just trying to go from like, I've got an idea to like pricing it and packaging it. It's like you're not giving it enough time to build. This would be like going and checking on your seed that you just put in, and then you're like digging up the dirt and looking at the seed and then packing it back on and like digging it up every day. It's not going to work. You need to give it time in that mystery space. You need to give it time in the fertile soil for a bit. And that can be as you're bringing it down onto the planet. All right, three, you're avoiding the emotional block attached to it. No one wants to hear this. That's a big one because every real idea will require you to be seen, will require it to be seen. You're not doing this as a hobby. You know what I mean? You're doing this because it's needed on the planet to be heard, to be misunderstood, to be judged. No one wants to be any of those things. No one wants it. And if your system isn't available for that, you will subconsciously stall over and over and over again. Okay. So what I teach in the idea incubator is all of the main blocks you feel in your body, all the way down to the completion of the creation. Every area of our body, the more and more dense you get as you use the manifestation current on the planet, will have different blocks. You have different issues. Now, if you're like, wait, hold up, that right there, where'd she go? I actually have an entire healing course called The Embodied Entrepreneur, which I'm also turning into a teacher training this summer. In July, it'll be coming out. That goes through all of the blocks we face as entrepreneurs, but I use the liberation current and go up and out. So we start at the bottom and liberate and work ourselves up to lighten ourselves up to be able to get them. So that will be coming out in the summer, and the teacher training will be coming then. So if you're like, holy shit, I've got a lot of blocks, I need to go there, you can get into the school and just go start that course now. All right, four, you're consuming more than you're creating. This is the shit right here. I've been talking about this all the time. I talk about this a lot in the distraction detox every year when I launch that 28-day distraction detox called Mind Your Business. Um, you can tell yourself you're learning because look, I like to learn, but really you're buffering, you're wanting to feel ready, you're looking for the moment when it finally feels safe to move, and that moment never comes. Taking in, taking in, taking in, watching, 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 and then you don't have any creation energy left in the tank to go do something. I talk about this on simple, on big scale and small scale. On small scale-ish, this is going online and scrolling, 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 scrolling. When you really want to go post something, and then instead you've scrolled, it's 90 minutes later, it's 30 minutes later, it's 45 minutes later, whatever. You now feel exhausted, you're now drained, and now you don't feel like posting. You're consuming more than creating. My tip to that is go and create first, then scroll. That actually helps the algorithm more when you do that. Go create first. And if you have to go to social media to get inspired, you definitely want to clear out your channel and clear out the distortion. Because this energy, divine energy, is bound. It's abound. It's available for you whenever you want. Now, don't get me wrong. Most of us are generators on the planet and we need to respond. But if you're only going on a social media to find something inspired to respond and go do, if it happens naturally and organically. You watch a video, it kind of triggers you or pisses you off, or it ignites you and inspires you and you go make something. Great. But I'm here to remind you, you're a bridge between heaven and earth, and you've actually got your own channel to the internet of the universe. You don't need the internet of social media programming. You know what I mean? You've got the universe that you're connected to. You've got the dream state available to you. You've got the Akashic records. You've got God's library, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You've got the earth to go sit down in the grass and talk to a tree. What does it want to hear from you? Right? So get really clear on, are you having the life sucked out of you on these systems? Or it could be a conversation with a family member that just drained the shit out of you. It could be those old shows you like to watch, but they're really graphic and gory and they don't make you feel good inside, and then you don't feel like creating after. What are we taking in? Looping back to why I'm on a detox right now. I'm on a fast. I was just taking in too much, and I'm noticing I'm like, I'll mindlessly eat, or if I watch something online and because I like will watch all the current events and what's going on, and then I'll go like, I'll be numb, and then I'll go eat. I'm like, oh no, this is this is this is not good. This is not helping anyone. So I needed to like fucking nip that in the butt. So now I'm on a liquid fast for 5 days. Already my intuition through the roof. So, what are we taking in? It's a good question. We're here to create, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve, we're here to share, we're here to be connected. We're not here to be stuck inside private rooms on private screens away from each other all day. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Number 5. You don't actually trust yourself yet. This is a big one. This is a deep one. So you look outside, you ask people, you compare, you second guess. And every time you do that, you disconnect from the original state of the idea. So that kind of goes off the last one we just said, right? This is what this looks like. When you get to the part where you start speaking your idea out, people start shutting you down. That's not a good idea because of this. I don't think you should do this because of that. This is where I say, like, friends and family are some of the hardest people to tell your ideas to, unless you're part of my family, because our family is fucking awesome. I'm just kidding. But we all like really pump each other up. Unless you have a family that really like pumps you up with your ideas, it can be really hard to share. Because your family wants to keep you safe, your friends want to keep you safe, or, and that's wrapped up in love. That's wrapped up in love somewhere. But they think your idea sounds batshit crazy. Why would you quit your job? Why would you get rid of your security and your 401ks and your this and your that to go follow this thread of an idea? This is why I'm in business. This is why I have a business school, because you can bring me your ideas. I'm gonna fucking pump you up. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do with it, where, how, and why. Okay? So be clear on why are you reaching out for external validation? And if you are going to get advice, make sure it's a close network of people who are all lifting each other up. Make sure it's part of a group of people that have a consciousness enough to realize that they don't need to project their shit onto you, or come into a business school, or get a coach who's going to be able to handle that for you. But I teach you in the Idea Incubator exactly when that starts happening and what to do about it. 6, you're skipping the embodiment phase. You're trying to build something that hasn't fully become, it hasn't, it's not here yet. It's not ready to be made yet. It's not ready to be exposed yet. Back to the seed. It's not ready to, like, maybe there's a sprout happening and there's some growth and there's some roots happening, but it's like not a full flower yet. People can feel that. You can feel that. So you hesitate. There is a process of time involved, because the closer we get to the material realms and the earthly realms, we start to come into, there's Chronos and Kairos time. I don't really want to get into both of those right now. One of them is like an omnipresent state of existence, and the other one is very like time, like calendar time, and I think that one's Chronos time, is the one where it's like calendar and like clocks and like measurement of time. It takes some time. And the time is you getting into that embodiment phase, you bringing it further and further and further down into your life, into your body, into these more denser material realms. And as you bring it down further into your body, it's going to take some time to move through. We're going through the emotional realms then, right? We're going into the more physical realms. Allow it to take time. Everyone wants everything to be done like instantaneously these days. Some ideas take time. Writing a book takes time. I'm in completed year 3. I started this in spring of 2023. It's with an editor now. I basically have to edit it all summer. That will be my summer. It's going to take time. It took time to get to the 4th draft manuscript. It took time to get an editor. It took time for me to be ready for any of the things I just fucking said. And now it wants to be out in the world. I got to spend the rest of this year doing that. It takes fucking time, man. Talk to anyone who's ever run a business. It takes time. Now, you can have great success fast. You can build an audience fast. You can blow up online overnight. That does not equate money to it money. Okay, you know what I mean? So most of the time people don't want to hear that it takes time, but I'm like father time over here with fucking my Capricorn energy, and I'm always here to remind people it takes time. This is also why I don't do really I don't have many fast things that you can do with me. I'm like, join my school for a year or 5, because that's really what you need, is a year to 5 years. So many of my clients that I have been with me for years. I've had clients that have left and they come back because they can just breathe and grow and evolve in my school. It's not like 6 weeks. Now, some people have 6-week things, and that's amazing. Maybe they just need a quick thing and they need to learn something and apply it real quick. Phenomenal. But I'm here to do really deep work with people and let people go deeply into their creation and into their business and really understand that it's a healing journey. It's an evolutionary journey. It's an embodiment journey. And that shit takes time, y'all. Okay? All right, 7. You're forcing the timeline. You want it faster. You want it now. You push. And when it doesn't move at the speed you expected, you assume it's not working. All right? I don't have to go much further into this. We understand. People are trying to push it and force it. Mind you, how many people sit on their ideas forever? So you've got to also play with that. You sat on the idea for how long, and now you want it to be built overnight? What is that? That's something you need to explore. That's a pattern that may be stuck in your body. That's something we need to rewrite. Let's go on to number 8. You're not letting the idea evolve. You decided that it should be this way, instead of letting it show you what it wants to become. So you outgrow it, or it outgrows you. You need to be flexible with these ideas, because here's the reason why. Think the conscious collective, and then like what we're experiencing right now, internally, externally, is every decision that every person makes on the planet today will dictate and change up where we're going, the trajectory of where we're going as a planet. There's 8 billion people on the planet feeling, thinking, deciding, moving through life. That all shifts and changes up the trajectory, the outcome, right? So we need to realize that our idea actually knows best. The idea coming to you, it knows what it needs. So you have to be open. You have to be open to how this wants to work, how this wants to come through. I swear to God, this happens with like every idea I get. It drops in. I see it. I'm like, yes, okay, I decide I'm going to do it. I move through it. And then like within a couple days, I'm like, oh no, this is what we're doing. Or like, oh, it wants to do this. Or, oh no, this is what it wants to be called. Or, oh, you know what I mean? And I love it. You got to stay open to that. All right. The more open you can be, the faster things will go. Right. So if you want things to move and flow smoothly, be open. Right. 9, you're treating this like a strategy problem. When in reality, this is identity. This is an identity thing. This is a nervous system thing. This is an energy thing. And strategy alone cannot hold that. You're treating this like a strategy problem. This is about embodiment. This is about your identity. When you have an idea come through and you become someone who releases that idea, your identity shifts. You are evolving. Okay? This also requires your central nervous system to catch up to this, to be able to hold this. This is a frequency thing. Can you hold this idea, this book, this idea you want to get out into the community, this thing you want to make, a PDF you want to get out, a gathering you want to create, whatever it is? You have to become the person that can do that. That is what takes time too. That's not strategy. That's identity. That's nervous system. That's energy. Okay. So I just want you to take a breath for a second. We went over a lot of stuff here because if you saw yourself in even one of these problems, then we need to update something. We need to look at something. We need to diagnose which one of these is keeping you back, is keeping you held down, is telling you that you're not ready, whatever it is that's keeping you stuck in this loop. The problem is not that your ideas aren't working. It's that you've never been shown how to work with them. No one taught you how to hold an idea. No one taught you how to go through the messy middle, through the doubt, through the distortion, through the evolution. And because of that, you've been leaving ideas on the table. Not because you can't follow through, but because you don't know what stage you're in, or what stage or what the stage requires from you. So this and all of this is exactly why I created the Idea Incubator. I got tired of watching brilliant people with powerful ideas stay stuck in the almost, stay stuck in the creation process. So this is a 9-week experience where we don't just build the idea, we build you into the person who can hold it. Okay? We walk through the emotional layers, the energetic alignment, the actual structure and movement it is needed, but in the right order, at the right time, for the right reason. So your idea doesn't just get started, it actually gets held all the way through to completion, to creation. This is where I just stop living in your head and start existing in real life. And if you felt seen in this masterclass, if you felt that moment of like, oh, this is what's been happening. This is me. I've been dealing and struggling with all of this. Then this is your next step. Because you don't need more information. You need a process. All right. So another aspect to this is that I have created and turning this, the Idea Incubator, into a teacher training. So this is another call out and a shout out to the leaders, the visionaries, the people who know they're here to help people with their good ideas. If you're the person that people naturally come to anyway, the Idea Incubator teacher training and certification is for you because most likely you don't have a process to walk people through. you're not a coach yet. If you are a coach, and I'm also talking to all the coaches in here, if you're a coach and you're feeling like you need a refresher, you need a new system to bring people through, you love to learn processes, you're gonna love this one. Because coaching, this is not coaching, right? And I'm a certified coach. So I understand what it takes to my certification was a year long, $7,000, and it kicked my ass, right? What this is a little different. This is an actual process to bring people through, right? And to help them understand each stage, each level, and where they're getting stuck. So I'm looking for and calling out those who know they're here to help people, who know they're here to guide people, to lead people through this process. Okay. So I want to leave you with this. You are not someone who just starts and stops. I don't want you to identify with that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not wounded. You are not someone who can't follow through. You are someone who hasn't been shown how to stay with the idea. And once you learn how to stay with the right idea in the right way, everything changes. Everything changes. All right, so we have the idea incubator. That is all ready for you. It is already done. It's the process that we're all going to be walking through in the certification, but you can hop in now. Hop into the school. Daydream Business School for Women. It's $97 a month. You have access to 20 courses. The Idea Incubator is one of them. The Embodied Entrepreneur is another one of them, just to give you an idea of how big the business courses are. And there's 250 supporting videos in the library alone. Okay. For $97, you can come on in. And that means, yes, too, for the teacher training. The teacher training itself and access to the Idea Incubator is $1,000 straight up. So if you wanted a payment plan, you come into the school and it's $97 a month for a year. That will give you access to do all of my courses, all of my certifications, but I have everything in there. You've got chats and community in there. You've got access to me on Fridays. I do live group coaching every Friday. 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. We all take some nice break from each other, work on our own creations and businesses, and come back in for a new cycle. It also operates around the lunar cycle too. So it's a very feminine structure. So you get access to Fridays, you get access to any of the live teachings I'm doing, like the Idea Incubator. I will be live with the certification process for 3 months straight, turning you into a facilitator of the process. So you're going to do the Idea Incubator and then you can do the teacher training certification with us at the same time. Okay. You also get access to all of the recordings of the live coaching I do, which is very entertaining, and you can listen to it like a podcast and go do your events and go do your errands and go fold your laundry while you're listening to these. It's a hilarious experience. And you learn a lot in those calls. You feel connected with the women in this school very deeply when you listen to those calls. So we are pretty unfiltered in there. So you get replays, you get courses, you get me live on Fridays, and you get anything that's coming out of me, plus an amazing community to do this with. If you want to take it a step deeper and you want to work with me on a deeper level after seeing this call today, I also have access to a mastermind. This is the Take It to the Next Level mastermind. This is on Tuesdays and it's for already established businesses. It's for women who are already in business and you're ready to take things to the next level. You've got big projects you need to work on. You've got big build outs you need to make. You've got big shoes you're stepping into, big visions you're trying to create and land. That's the Take It to the Next Level mastermind. And that goes to 250 right now is still like the discounted rate I have. I think I have it online for 450. So you might want to get in on that 250 if you want. Okay. That's enough for today. I did this very quickly, I think. Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I thought this would be a long class, but it's not. It's a nice sunny day outside. I'm gonna go back out and get into the world. Please reach out to me if you need anything. I'm gonna put this replay everywhere so people can access it. I hope to see a bunch of you in the teacher training and certification process. And if not, just come into the Idea Incubator and let's bring your ideas to life. All right. Thank you so much to everyone who was on here live today for your input and your feedback. And I will see you guys for our next call and class. See you soon. Bye.